Hello, everyone, and welcome to this matchup between Garda Panteri and ANTICIDE. And we kind of went live pretty quickly because they have a heavy fist fight going on. They both want red. They're fighting. I am Peter, and I am joined by Stu on production and Jake Water casting with me tonight. How are you doing, Jake?
I'm doing well, I would say. It's what a way to kind of round off your nice, calm weekend with some action. I'm still kind of trying to get into the swing of things. I'm pretty sure both teams are quite ready to go at this point. I mean, there's the heavy fist fight in the middle, I guess, and people just
happened. It just
banning each other. And Gonzo takes the pick, which means they get to decide which side they want to be on. Not that it really matters, since we're on Metalworks, and it is going to be a King of the Hill match. No, sorry, not King of the Hill. What I'm talking about. I'm still waking up. It's 5 CP map, known for its choke points, known for last holds. Is like just a little bit different, a little bit strange, a little bit unusual, and needless to say, we had a bit of a chat before the game beater, and I don't think either of us are huge fans of the map.
No, it'll be fine. Okay, we have another fist fight here. It's Gassy versus the Condog. Condog takes this one. They're still like kind of debating whether or not it's the best of 3 or whatever. So they're going to make it as complicated as possible. But all right. I think maybe that was it. Maybe that was the decider, and we're going to see Garda Panteri on red. Maybe. I'm confused, but no, they just still haven't fought officially. I guess these all just warm up, Jake. This is what we're all here for. The warm up heavy fist fights for the real heavy fist fight to come.
I mean, after all, this is a pretty lighthearted game at its core. We're just here to have fun. Of course, we're adding a bit of extra flavor to it through the competitive aspect, and of course, bringing it with Essentials TF. All the best the Premiership has to offer in ETF2L. Always promoting the European sixes scene. It's just good that this thing is still alive. I've started this journey about 12 years ago, and it's still that one of those comforting things for me to always come back to.
All right, the official match has gone underway. It's Condog versus Theos. Oh my God, Condog is running like a little bitch. I thought if you stepped out of the circle, you lose, but it was Hughie fighting. My bad. There we go, and Hughie's gonna take it. So I think it's actually going to be ANTICIDE taking red. That took forever to decide. Let's see if they actually hold on to their word.
It's it's heavy fist fights is always a bit of a fun thing, but now we're getting into this, and I'm just watching both teams kind of slaying each other. I mean, the game has not started yet, but they're playing like it just has. So trying to get that DM up, trying to kind of warm up before the game, as just like we're warming up. I'm warming up. I'm sure about you, Beater. I'm not sure about Stu on production, but I'm slowly getting into it. You got to get the excitement level up.
Yeah, and it's still pretty early on in the season, so it's pretty difficult to give any definitive answers as to which teams are for real and which ones are just starting off hot, right? So the only real piece of data that I have for you guys is that both of these teams have played against Mandem, and ANTICIDE took 1 point off of Mandem, so they tied one map and then they lost the golden cap, whereas Garda Panteri, they just lost straight up to them, and both were pretty decent games. So yeah, if you just go by that, and also if I did see one ANTICIDE game, and ANTICIDE looked really dangerous as a team. They looked very, very, very strong, in my opinion. So it's just going to be a matter of like how strong are Garda Panteri actually. I haven't seen them with the full roster with Josh is here and everything. So maybe that changes things. Josh is notoriously very good at calling, so that can make like an actual really big difference just to have him on the roster here and actually playing in the game. But we shall see. It's still up in the air, just how these teams stack up against each other.
And talking a little bit about what's leading up to this game, I mean, like you said before, ANTICIDE managing to sneak away 1 point, and they did win against Venom Crest in week 1, whereas Garda Panteri, they've equalized against Danish Tyrant Regime and then lost 6-0 against Mandem. So they're both kind of in the lower middle of the tables right now. I believe that Garda is also below ANTICIDE when it comes to points, and ANTICIDE's above them by 4 points in total. So this game is definitely going to kind of like stabilize the middle of the table a little bit more, and see like if Garda managed to sneak away 6 full points out of ANTICIDE. They're going to be above them by just 1 point. But if ANTICIDE takes it, then they're going to further the distance between themselves and the rest of the table, the rest of the peloton. So it is definitely going to be, you know, it's early in the season. It doesn't really matter. You can still come back from a loss, so both teams shouldn't feel too bad if they do manage to lose this game. But we'll be seeing how they decide to take this one away, and if it's ANTICIDE who are just going to kind of rip away from the rest, or is it going to be Garda who just keeps up with what's going on with the speed of the Premiership table and keep themselves up?
Yeah, this feels like the fight for number 4 in a way. Or at the very least, I feel pretty confident that Witness, Mandem, and Forfence are going to be 1, 2, and 3 in some order. And then the 4th place into the playoffs is up for grabs. And currently, I would say ANTICIDE look like they're the strongest team. Danish Time Regime is currently at a higher point total, but we shall see after this match if that continues to be true. But yeah, both Garda and ANTICIDE could absolutely get in the Danish Time Regime, obviously, in the fight as well. So that's going to be a bloodbath. And, you know, I'm here for it. Just bring your boys in and let's just shank each other. Let's see who gets that 4th place.
Hey, you're like bloodthirsty. What's going on with you, Beater?
I don't know. It's Sunday night.
I just want to see some people die. That's all I want on this Sunday evening. But we'll see them very, very soon, as both teams have basically readied up at this point. We're just waiting for the gates to go up and all the horses be let out of their stables. So once again, this is going to be Garda Panteri versus ANTICIDE, as we're going to be watching them on Metalworks here. 5 CP, good old-fashioned, as we're getting ready to get this show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TF2L. As we're getting this one ready, we're going to be watching Shappy roll out to mid. Quite, it's not so fast, not as fast as the Soldier he was being accompanied with, and the Huge is a little bit slower on the uptake, but they're going to be in the middle in a second, Peter.
Ooh, Blank is pretty quick. He's actually going to pressure him out and just spam out Shappy for quite a bit. So Shappy going to be in fight pretty late. Bud goes in fast, but gets taken out by Ryan. It's going to end up being a trade. It's kind of both teams standing on their own side, and right now, I don't think, Josh is just left in alone. Everyone else just got out. So there's going to be a pretty clean mid-win here coming out of ANTICIDE immediately. Actually, they're going to chase in here. There's not going to be a whole lot for them to find, but getting a 2nd point for free just off of this pressure, that's really nice. ANTICIDE taking a nice little lead here. They don't get the medic, so they are going to have to come up with something creative to get the Uber out of Condog's hands, but so far so good for them.
Yeah, we see Gazzy on a Huntsman, and we've seen this strategy work out in the past a couple of times, but we'll see if this one works out this time around. Condog staying quite defensive behind the wall, but the point's currently being capped on Pandemic. Ryan's jumping in, taking down Chris. He's jumping once again, trying to get a force out of Condog. Condog's going to have to be forced out. Now they're trying to use the rest of the Uber charge as much as possible. Theos is staying quite safe and sound. They'll over the back, waiting it out. And now the Uber charge is going down. Medic goes down immediately. The entire team is falling one by one. And the first point off of this match goes down so quick that we didn't even get the time to to rest up here between those pushes. Excellent there by the red team.
Yeah, Chris is just gone off the server. I'm pretty sure that was a race quit. Menix literally stayed alive for about 30 seconds longer than he was supposed to there. He just danced around, took up a ton of attention. Nobody could hit him, and then his team just came in and cleaned up. That was just a Uber force that turned into a perfect push. So there we go. That's going to be the first round for ANTICIDE. Very, very good showing for them so far. Let's see if Blank is going to be quick again here. Actually, Shappy's going to go the other way. It's going to be Bud that's quick this time around. He does not find the demo man, but he will pressure Blank instead.
Oh, Blank almost dying, actually falling on the health pack, did save his life. Now he's back in action, jumping around as Josh and Bud need to reposition this as Menix chasing them down. He's just chasing Josh. Josh is just too scared. He cannot fight this. He needs to go all the way around, and you can already see Huge in the lobby area just putting down those sticks. His middle point is just going to be given back to Garda here. They don't have any answers to this absolute aggression. Blank coming in, taking down 2 with his friend Ryan, taking down 2 kills there as well. But Josh and Chris all down for the count. Only Condog and a couple of people left on the. They have to pop, and they do. And they've lost middle. 2nd and last point is not looking too good either.
This is just an absolute disaster pop as well. The soldier spam is just so crazy. Just crisscross applesauce. So much spam coming from both sides. Eventually forcing out the Condog. But there we go. Uber comes in now for Theos. They're going to take down Bud immediately. They're going to pressure the point. No one's on it yet. And there we go. No one can get to it in time. That was so clean. The pressure is just way too strong right now for Garda Panteri to actually hold off. ANTICIDE takes another round in very quick succession. Not even 4 minutes have elapsed right now. It's 3.5 minutes. It's 2 rounds on the board. Metalworks tend to be pretty slow because you can't get into last and you get stuck there. But hey, if you just roll second like that, I guess you don't have to worry about that at all.
Correct. And yeah, that aggression, that absolute like unchecked aggression coming out of ANTICIDE is just really paying off right now. 2 points on the board, putting themselves ahead in a comfortable situation. Definitely is working out. Blank once again on top of the midpoint, getting that really good position, taking out Shabby to low HP. So low, but the demo does survive. Ryan jumping in, huge bomb on the medic. Medic goes down, face down in the dirt, and now the entire Garda team needs to get something out of the situation. Maybe some consolation kills, but they're failing to catch anyone. Medic's almost dying. Now Josh, Blank, having a fight. Ryan coming in and stealing that kill away. And that only leaves 2 players alive. Bud all the way behind the enemy team. He can't really do much. He's been spotted as well, so those scouts are not going to let him go.
Heroic here. He basically has to block this, otherwise it's going to be a disaster for his team, but he can't really get on it. The scout knows he's there. Medic's just waiting for him to jump. He's not going to do it, so Bud going to continue to play behind. Actually, he's going to take a bit of a fight here, but he's low enough that I don't think he's going to achieve much here. Ooh, almost gets the scout there. But still, they're just moving in right now, and yeah, Bud is just missing from the fight, so they have an Uber advantage and they have a man advantage as well going into last. The Uber is going to deal with the semi-gun immediately. He's only level 2. Puts some scout pressure onto the point. The Pyro is pretty close by here though, so they are going to take down that initial pressure here. It's pretty decent hold so far, but they are beginning to bleed players here, Jake.
Yeah. Oh no, Konog's just gonna get double scouted there in Pandemic with Manix finishing off the job. 3 points and we just barely started, Beater. That is looking so good for ANTICIDE. Like, they just know what to do. They follow up with the aggression. That flank of Josh and Ryan absolutely demolishes. Diabolical team play there. And then they just keep kind of bully out Garda. Garda have nothing in the tank to respond to this kind of aggression. They just kind of lose mid-fight after mid-fight, and that just kind of metasizes itself into a last point push. I don't know what you can do in this situation at the moment, but it's just looking like it's going to be a 5-0 wash.
Yeah, the soldier combo right now of Ryan and Blank have been doing so much damage on mid. They're going to continue to do that. Bud and Shabby immediately go down. You see this Ryan going to do a ton of work here as well, doing so much damage. Actually, they are bleeding quite a lot of players. You can see Blank playing forward. Doesn't want to let them in for free. Actually catches out Chris there. Really nice job by him. Josh not getting in a position to do anything. 3 HP. Good luck trying to jump with that. Condog is all the way back on last. He saw that one coming, so Condog doing a good job of staying alive here. But still, this is just an ANTICIDE roll. Theos, I want to say he's been hit, but I'm not sure. I can't prove that.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult. Like, I'm just not seeing Theos anywhere, and that's like the best situation for a medic. Just Theos just staying safe and sound, keeping the team healthy, and keeping those Uber charges in his advantage. I mean, right now, Conduct surviving would mean that the second point is gonna stabilize itself a little bit. Garda will have a bit of breathing room to set up here. But they're just waiting for ANTICIDE to make the first push, make a first move in the situation. And it seems that they're slowly setting up for something. And you can see Blank on the flank here, waiting with Theos as well. They might be pushing this in, try to go dry as long as they possibly can without losing Theos. Getting a bit of damage, but Blank, huge bomb, surfing in, looking for some damage there. Missing everyone, but the point's completely uncontested at the moment. They just need to put some players on it. Uber's coming out of Pandemic. Now they're trying to lead them into Conduct. Conduct's counter-popping his. And now it's just kind of a lot of damage being exchanged, but not many kills. Only Josh going down. Still could be in Garda's hand, but they're just getting bullied there by Ryan jumping in from the back line, cleaning up the house. Now Bud falls, and the second point is going to belong to ANTICIDE. Condog and Gazi are the only ones surviving, and there's not much they can do about this.
That focus fire is just so strong. They're going to put time on last here. Barely gets blocked out, but that's going to be the last one alive. 4-0. It is just crazy. They just basically did a wrong Uber in there. Didn't really have much of an advantage, but they just barely managed to pick off Josh, and then one scout barely survives, and they just turn it right around, pick off another kill, and then it's just a 4-on-5, and they win that. Nice. Just roll off of that advantage. The focus fire right now out of ANTICIDE is so good. And once again, their medic never dies, and they're just able to just keep on rolling at all times. It's incredibly how strong they win. It's 4-0. Can we close the prediction, please? It's gone way too fast.
But we're back to middle here, jumping on the side is Black. He's finally gonna go down. Condog is in a lot of trouble though. He is disconnected, but he's just being reunited with Chris. They do drop the demo there, and that's not very good because you're losing out a lot of damage on the battlefield. But this time around, ANTICIDE taking a lot of heavy losses out of this mid fight. They are actually getting pushed out, and for the first time this entire game in 4 points, it's Garda who are gonna be able to secure this middle point. Josh is kind of standing the vanguard, trying to deter the enemy team of pushing in and looking for Condog, but both medics at 100% reunited with their team, and we're going to be looking at second point hold with Garda finally seeing the red side of the map.
Yeah, mission accomplished for Josh. Just single-handedly just stunted that push before it really happened. Yeah, I think ANTICIDE are really feeling themselves. That was a pretty aggressive push in there. It was just a 3-on-3 on bad position. The other team capturing out the point. But hey, you know, if you pick off Josh, I guess you can make something more out of it. It's just a 2-on-1 in the Uber fight, so it's fine. Nothing bad came of it. And yeah, as you said, for the first time, I think we can take a breather and just see what actually happens here when Garda are the ones forced to make a play. And they're setting up some soldiers here for some bombings, I'm pretty sure. I think the standard play is to pressure with the scout through lower and then have 2 soldiers jump in. One will kind of like loop around, and then the other will jump in for real. Sometimes you'll pressure the point. We saw that before. Bod's going to be the first to jump in. He just goes straight for the medic. No funny business. Just gets straight in there. No second soldier following up. That was just a straight up attempt, and nothing else is going to come in here. Look how aggressively they're counter pushing here on ANTICIDE.
Yeah, just one pick is all they need to get this one on rolling, this ball rolling, and the Garda just getting pushed out all the way back to their middle. But once again, ANTICIDE took that 1 kill, pushed in, bullied the enemy team out, but see that there's nothing else to be gained, so they just back away to second. They don't want to risk this one, even though both medics are at 100%. Now you see Shappy here, quite offensive, putting up some sticky traps maybe, but it's not going to work. And I just want to say that last bomb by the soldier, but Bud onto Theos. Theos did not take any damage. He finally takes some damage here. Bud almost getting that second round in, but no, Theos just holds on to this. He's not letting this to let this one go, and he's just pushing in with the Uber charge.
Yeah, it's got to Uber in a scout here. Gonna be Pandemic Uber just solo. They're in so deep. I'm not sure there's a way out of here. Okay, there are going to be some more players joining in now from his own team. But that was getting pretty sketchy here. Josh is going to hold down the flank on his own and actually do a good job. Pandemic tries to run in and rush him down. Unable to do so. Josh stands strong. And now, all of a sudden, it looks pretty good here for Garda Panteri. They don't have that much health to work with, but they do have a man advantage to go in here and do a lot of pressure with.
Oh, well, there's so much damage coming their way through that choke. Jumping high is Josh. Sky high takes down Ryan. And that's a good enough pick, but a lot of people are very low on HP. They do take down 2 players there as well. Huge goat now. And that is finally unlocking them to walk on the second point secure. They still want to keep following through. Neither medic has the Uber charge. They know this, so they just want to use that advantage. Don't let the enemy team set up. Blank has that good crate spot there, but Heavy's coming down out of medic, taking down Josh, and he's just raining downhill on that point, but it's not going to be enough. Finally, Garda putting themselves on the board with that 1 point.
Yeah, really strong push there. I love that it was just basically taking a page out of ANTICIDE's page as well, or book, and just doing a really, really high pressure push in there. No Ubers involved. Who cares about that kind of stuff? We have a man advantage, maybe have a slightly better heal. Let's just go in there. And as soon as they got 1 scout onto the point and there were no stickies, like that Heavy had to walk around the edge, and he just took 1,000,000 damage from stickies and pipes. And just really strong push in there. That's going to be that. And oh no, Shappy destroys his flank. Early pressure, not successful there. And, oh my god, look at this. Garda Panteri, they just needed to get warmed up, I guess. I'm pretty sure I saw them do a warm-up game, but I guess they needed 1/2 map more. As Theos again almost dies, but critically does not die.
Yeah, that was very close. It's a good jump there by Bud. Once again, you know, the Bud James coming in sky high, dunking on the medic, but Theos does manage to survive this one. And that is very, very important. They do lose out on a couple of Uber percents, but they should be fine if they just wait for the reinforcements here, and they do come in. They're going to try to see if whether pushing through lobby is a little bit safer. I mean, Josh is there to make sure that no one sneaks by, but no, ANTICIDE decides, actually, we're not really up for this. We're just going to hold out on second. We're not really that stressed about this current situation. The ball is in Garda's court, and they're just going to take it. They're moving onto the flank.
Bud's going to go for another bomb here, and just going to go around. Actually, does find the medic, gets the Uber Force out. All right, that was the simplest Uber pop I have ever seen. There's some counter aggression here on ANTICIDE, and they are going to get Uber Force out. And actually, right now, there's 2 players down. Uber is significantly better for Garda Panteri, but they don't really get anything out of it. And now there's just so many players down. It's just going to be Shappy. Can he kill an entire enemy team? The answer is no. Scouts are overpowered. Just buzzing around like little bees. But yeah, that was a really good counter aggression coming out of ANTICIDE there after getting a really easy pop on him. I guess they were just out of position, and that allowed their medic to get hit. But yeah, the flip side of that is that they got Uber Force out pretty quickly as well. And look at this Bud in position and spotted as well. Damn. All right, they've got eyes in the back of their head. If Josh takes a fight with the scout, he'll lose it.
A lot of damage on the point right now. Conduct taking a lot of punishment for his actions here, and Ryan's going to try to chase this one down with 3 players down for the count from Garda side. They need to do something. Shappy coming on to Theos, but he does survive once again by the skin of his teeth. He's staying alive, and more importantly, with that 100% charge in tow. Conduct only on 80%. They're building as fast as they can, but they don't have the players. Now Chris needs to do something, some kind of magic here, coming out his Gazion Pyro. But no, Chris is also going to go down. They're taking it slow here at ANTICIDE. They have the Uber charge, they use it safely, but there's just not enough from Garda to stop this from happening, and Condog sadly did not have his in time. ANTICIDE just gonna dunk this one in, get it done and over with, and move on to the second map after a very, very decisive first map.
Yeah, 5-1, very, very quick. You know, they won 5 very quickly, then they lost 1 very quickly. Yeah. Shows how stupid I am for whining about how slow the map is. That was not the case at all. That was quick and looked very strong for ANTICIDE as well.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I was just looking at my watch and thinking like, okay, so we're just gonna be done by dinner at this point, because this is going on real quick. And the Garda did manage to put up a bit of a fight there in the middle. I mean, they stole away 1 point off of ANTICIDE. Gave me a bit of a hope that, oh, this might actually be a bit of a closer game than I thought. But the ANTICIDE just being so dominant this entire round that I don't know if there is something that Garda can do on Snakewater, which we're moving into.
I have one suggestion, Jake. You can probably guess it. I mentioned it a little bit, but Theos has not died, so just kill Theos. That's my step 1, right?
Sure, man. It's like when you're sad, just stop being sad. Just be happy instead. That's the kind of suggestion you're giving me.
Send your 2 soldiers in there. Snakewater is great for just bombing them onto the medic. I think they're going to look for it, though. It's going to be pretty difficult. I think he's going to play pretty far back in his own house, Theos, if I had to guess. But yeah, definitely maybe try to throw a wrench in Theos' game and just try and take him out, kill him. Conduct died 6 times. Honestly, not that much in 6 rounds either. That's fine. But yeah, they were very quick rounds. And yeah, Hughie also only died once. So definitely the symptoms of a roll here.
Yeah. Just looking at the logs right now that are on the screen, courtesy of Stu, it's just been dominated. Like, look at the chart at the top. It's basically just Theos at the bottom, which is to be expected as a medic, but
yeah, his damage is abysmal. You should be afraid. Yeah.
But the top charts are just absolutely dominated by ANTICIDE. I mean, this doesn't take a scientist to decipher why, but seeing how ANTICIDE has been dominant this entire map, going to Snakewater, which is yet another 5 CP, this could be a little bit different. But at the same time, it's a different kind of map. But then again, what we talked in the beginning, you know, Metalworks known for those kind of stalemate holds. I mean, we've seen a lot of stalemates happening on Metalworks. Snakewater is a little bit more dynamic, so but there's also way more ground to cover as well, and a lot of open space, which it don't really help that much when you want to kind of do a wall jump as a soldier or even double bomb somewhere. But seeing how Blank and Ryan play, it still could be quite interesting to see what they managed to cook up, because every single time they pushed, it's basically guaranteed a successful push for ANTICIDE.
Yeah, the the focus fire has been insanely good, and also just kind of building on that same point, the soldier coordination and bomb-ins and just distractions, plus the focus fire out of the soldiers have been incredibly good. Ryan and Blank have just been an absolute menace on the back lines. They would so often just be spamming from two different sides, just murdering a team trying to go through a doorway or a hallway or anything like that, getting in on the flank, following up on damage. It's been really, really strong. I feel like so many times there was just like it was kind of hanging in the balance. You didn't really know which way the mid was going to go, and then Ryan and Blank just got like 3 kills in a row, and then it was over. So just they've been doing really good, great timing out of them. So that's not really something you can like do a simple counter off of, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just difficult to contain. I mean, you could see towards the end of the first map as well, Garda was able to deal with Blank a little bit better. Just shut him down on the mid, and then just kind of you have that flank, the soldier routes opened up a little bit more, and without that spam damage coming down your combo. So they just kind of need to figure out a strategy against that, whether it's actually rolling out with a sniper to mid. I mean, we might see this. It barely ever happens, and I'm never right. But hey, maybe I am this time around, because, yeah, those soldiers are just such a huge problem for Garda to deal with. But they need to they need to kind of see if there's some kind of mistake, or kind of lure out the flank out of position, focus fire on them, and then force ANTICIDE to play without those soldiers. Because I don't think there's anything else they can do if ANTICIDE keeps up the momentum and the form they've been displaying so far.
We do have Gazi on Garda Panteri, who is a very famously good pyro. And if there's one thing soldiers hate, it's pyro. So I actually think it's more likely we're going to see some pyro shenanigans than sniper shenanigans coming out of him. Especially, you know, I don't think the Huntsman is going to do a whole lot for him. Yeah, but we'll see. I've been proven wrong before, but I do think there are two things they can do. They can do something weird, right? Like go heavy or pyro to mid, have the soldiers bomb into you, punish them for doing that. I think that's pretty dangerous strategy to go by, because, you know, the soldiers can just adjust and not go in as aggressively, and they can just time it. Because it's not like they've been overly aggressive and been overwhelming them with aggression. It's just been really well timed out. So it's not like that. It's not going to be that simple. And then I think the second thing you can do is just to play really defensively. So, you know, you can do that with a heavy and a pyro, or you can just do it with cookie cutter. It doesn't really matter. It's just slow down the game, be annoying, make the game boring, make it so the ANTICIDE do not enjoy playing the game anymore, and then maybe off of that you can do some damage and get some good pushes out of it. I forget which banners are allowed, but Snakewater is definitely a map where we've seen that. Oh, buff banner and conch is allowed again. Oh, okay, so that's a change. I actually had not caught on to that. So yeah, you can do both of those, and Josh does like his banners. I do know that. So,
I think it would be a good idea to just actually try running a conch, because it's just such a boost to the team once you're able to heal off of the damage you do. It could turn the whole thing around for them. But I think that the strategy right now for either team to win is ANTICIDE just need to keep doing what they're doing. It clearly works. They are dominating in terms of DM, in terms of positioning and focus fire. So they should just keep doing the same thing. I think Garda needs to figure out some kind of strategy against this, because if they don't, then they're cooked. Like, there's nothing much they can do in this game, and it's going to be another 5-0, 5-1 wash. And we don't want to see that, because we're here to see a good Team Fortress 2, and of course neither do Garda, who desperately need some points on the board, and they do need to keep themselves up in the tables a little bit better if they have a chance at holding on to maybe 4th and up, you know, holding on that upper side of the table. But we're going to be getting ready in a very near future here, Peter. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think that the Garda is just going to go a bit more off meta, try something crazy?
I think they're going to try and slow it down. And this is Snakewater. This is a good map to slow down on. That's also kind of the case for Metalworks in a lot of ways, but yeah, it didn't work out there. So we'll see if they can do it better this time around. But I think they're going to take it slow. But first up, it's a mid fight. I want to see 2 total soldiers in the air. I want to see them land on Theus's head. I want to see them murder him. That's my hopes in the very short term.
Let's see if that works out. Your bloodlust needs to be satiated, Peter. But we see Shappy and UG on the middle already exchanging some damage, but not much being done. Both teams have been rejoined by their medics. Huge bomb by Josh. Joined by Bud, jumping into Theos. Theos, excellent surf there, but he's so low in HP, gonna go down to chip damage. That's not gonna be enough. Shappy's also gonna go down. It's only Chris that is alive for the side of Blue. Garda and 3 players up for the side of Anticide. They just can get that middle point, no problem. No medic, no problem. They wiped the enemy team clean. And now giving themselves the big point.
Theos' first death of the map. they had 3 players on him, alright? 2 soldiers and a scout. Theos made it so hard for him. He went up top, survived for ages, but eventually a scout did clean him up. Bud's going to come out here, put on a ton of pressure. The rest of the team is going to follow in here. They are going to get out alive. Good pressure once again for Anticide, but not enough to get the second point. But they are coming in strong once again.
Yeah, Ryan having a bit of a scuffle here with Bud. Bud with a cheeky little air shot there onto Ryan. Actually, no, that was stolen by Condog.
Still an air shot.
Still an air shot with the crossbow, and now they're getting pushed out here, Anticide, without that soldier. They are a little bit more afraid to push it, and they are happy to just kind of park the bus a little bit, wait the situation out, and see what the enemy team does. And Garda are not too happy about pushing. I mean, they're kind of seeing this, checking out the situation in the saw. Josh is leading the charge here, putting some chip damage on the enemy team, but seeing how close Theos is, I don't think it's going to be worth it. It's just going to reunite with the rest of the team and wait for a push. Both meds at 100%. We're gonna see an Uber exchange very, very soon.
First order of business, I think it's gonna be to send in some soldiers here. Blank's gonna be the first one through the door. Doesn't like what he sees, gets right back out again. You can see Ryan actually getting overwhelmed here. Never mind. That takes forever to die. That's gonna be a 2-on-1 trade, 2-2 trade. And once again, Anticide, they've clubbed up pretty well. It's just going to be Blank versus Bud on the flank right now. And this is getting real messy. It's going to end up being Garda Panteri using the Uber first. Bud goes down on the flank. And now this is looking very, very promising. It's just going to be huge. But he just bounces the medic up there. Condog unable to escape. Great play out of Hughie, making the best of that Uber. Solo demo Ubers are so difficult. But Hughie just made that look easy.
Oh yeah, he definitely did. I mean, there was just the last bit of that Uber charge for him to just jump and not lose any health, and that amazing juggle there, right above the door. Condog was almost out, but that was not close enough. Now we have Shappy here putting up some sticks on the point, protecting it from anyone who comes in. Bud comes in from behind, and Chris is on heavy as well, putting out a lot of damage, but it's Josh who goes down first. And that is 1 player down, 2 players down. On either side, it's just people going down left, right, and center here. Shutter needs to be used here by Pandemic and Theos to save themselves. Now, Bud's still alive. He's still looking for something, which is going to get denied there by Pandemic. Still alive. They're still trying to see if there's something they can do. Chris is alone at the point, jumping in. And now it's 3 times in the point. Is Shappy making? No, he cannot. And the first point goes towards Anticide. Finally. It wasn't too easy, though.
It was messy, but once again, just the constant pressure, it really works out for them. It just seems like they can get away with pressuring really hard, and they will just barely survive and then get 1 pick and then live off of that one little advantage and just make it expand into something bigger. Theos almost managed to build Uber again, by the way, during all of that. So I'm pretty sure that was just inevitably going to go to them. Either way, it's going to be 1-0, but it was a lot more messy than last time, and Theos got a death. Bud comes screaming in and immediately gets just taken down.
Shappy having a bit of a trouble there on the flank, but does take down Ryan. Disconnect from the medic though. That means that he's gonna go down. And that was a bit more scrappy fight. Pandemic up front, but he's gonna get cleaned up by Josh here too. Theos is all by himself, needs to run away. He decides to go back in, but don't go do it, sir. And now he's just gonna go down.
Go for the medic.
UG coming in, no, he's just going to be juggled and destroyed by the 2 scouts there. They even allow themselves for a little cheeky emote there. They're feeling pretty happy about this. I mean, they've been getting schooled this entire time, and finally, Garda Panteri are getting on the offensive and getting themselves 2 points out of that fight. We're gonna be looking at last. They have 100% as well. Looking pretty promising for them. They're getting all the reinforcements into place, and they're opting to go from below. Nah, there's Shutter it is.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Yeah, the fast way would have been in to go low. It looks like they like Shutter better. They need to just pop in immediately because you can get sniped out pretty easily by a sniper in spawn. They're just gonna hook over left. Actually, they catch a lot of players. Oh my god, I think Bud just got destroyed by Blank. Yeah, nice shot out of him. And Scout on the point. Gazzy, can he do it? There's a heavy in there. Not gonna be quite enough there. Shappy unable to do enough damage here. They're gonna retreat. Conduct will survive here, but he's obviously gonna be at a big disadvantage there. That was a big air shot on last though. I enjoyed that.
That was pretty well done, but now the second point's completely uncontested here by Garda. I mean, Josh is there on the flank. They may jump in, and they do. Bud is jumping in, but huge bomb, but denied there with an air shot. And that is going to be it for the double bomb. Second point, quite comfortably. Bud is not done yet. He's coming in, forcing out the Uber charge out of Theos. Now they need to use the rest of it to clean out the rest of the team. Conduct's still alive, and he's running away with the scout and the demo. But they're still keeping up the chase here. Anticide, Pandemic on the offensive, so is Blank. They do take down Chris. He's following through. Pandemic chasing down Conduct. He sees him in his crosshairs. He has Josh to deal with, but Blank is there to help him out. One rocket, two rockets.
Insane out of Blank. Just doing so much work. Ryan's going to continue to move forward. It gets gassy as well. Just the soldier domination right now out of Anticide. It is real, and it is painful for Garda Panteri to deal with.
Wow, I am just... I don't know what's happening right now, but the pendulum swings. And now Anticide taking down the second point. Uber charging their advantage. They're not waiting for anything or anyone. They just want to push this one in. There's a lot of sticks to deal with from Shappy, but I don't think they're going to be too deterred by this. They just need to clean them up and push in on the point. They're holding out on the flank entirely. Bud coming in, trying to take down Theos. Theos low on HP, finally going to go down. Now this just up to the rest of the team of Anticide to do something. Menace jumping in, full HP, so he still can fight. Trying to take down Chris. Chris going to go down. The sentry still alive. Shappy now as well, low on HP, trying to hold this point, but no, this is just not enough firepower to stop this aggression, despite losing Theos, second death of the game. Or was it third? I don't remember. And then anyway, it wasn't enough. I mean, Anticide was like, okay, well, we don't have our medic, but we still have the rest of the team.
Yeah, they're still winning these long, protracted fights every single time, it seems like. So, yeah, I think it's just the focus fire and the DM is just slightly better, and it just keeps coming out in their favor in these longer fights. So really well played there by them. Another mid fight here. Is it gonna be another double bomb onto the medic, or are they gonna mix it up here? It's actually gonna be a lot of aggression immediately out of them once again, but no, it's actually gonna be Ryan and Blank just doing so much damage. Blank's up on the high ground. Actually, currently Theos is caught alone. Blank's gonna come back now to save him, and there we go. Eventually they come back to him, and they want the hunt there for Theos. They don't get him. Condog is down an island as well. There's just no way he survives this, right?
Oh, he's fighting. He was trying to. He almost shoot the scout too, but no. He was giving Blank a run for his money, but eventually does go down. The middle point, he did delay it long enough for the rest of the team to reunite, but losing the medic so late, you might as well just press the kill bind and try to get that Uber charge. But now Theos has a full 100%. Condog ain't even respawn yet.
Blank is on a picnic, and he's gonna get picked off there. Gazzy was hiding up in the window. Nice little pick off there for them. And that was definitely an overextension coming out of Blank. He did not see that one coming. Everyone else is gonna get out, it looks like. Actually, they're gonna go through the little window there. And I think they decided not to go for it in the end, but they're kind of trapped now. Josh will end up trading with Pandemic. That's honestly pretty good coming out of him, but they're still left with a 50% equal disadvantage, and they're 2 players down.
Oh, but do we see Chris on the sniper? He's looking for a shot, but no, Theos sees the sniper, immediately pops. Using that Uber charge, jumping in onto the shutters, but they're just completely ignoring the point. Third, just like that, lands in the hands of Anticide. And once again, they're just kind of showing that there is just no contest. I mean, maybe Garda can steal away one more point on this map, but in the grand scheme of things, it's increasingly looking like it's Anticide who walks out with full 6 points.
Yeah, they're looking very, very strong right now. However, I don't want to sell or skin the cat just yet. There's a lot about it. This has been very quick once again. It's 10 minutes played, 3 rounds. So you'll still have 20 minutes to salvage this. But it all starts on these mid-fights. It does not start on this mid-fight.
Wow, what?
They're not fighting it. Yeah, they're not fighting it. They're just mixing it up. Honestly, I don't hate this.
No.
If you suck at mid-fight, let's try something else.
Absolutely, and I kind of like this. I mean, Garda really need to start pulling some weird things out of their hat, because at the current rate, they're just going to lose another point and might as well just kind of play defensively. They do need to figure something out. You can see Josh even rolling out as an engineer. Assuming it's level 3 he's holding out there. So they're just ready to kind of bunker up on that second point and just be happy campers. And seeing this Anticide, I'm like, oh, what do we do now? I mean, do we want to push?
I have not seen like just not going to mid having an NG. I'm a little surprised that we don't see a banner on the soldier, to be honest. But hey, this is kind of what I was calling for, right? Just slow it down really heavily and do something weird. But we'll see. Here comes the double soldier bomb in. There's gonna be a sentry gun. It's gonna ward them off. Oh my god, look at that!
Oh, it's working!
Yeah. Like, how are you gonna bomb our medic when there's a level 3? Now there's gonna be a wide opening here for the soldier. They're only gonna have one soldier go in here, but they don't care. They're just gonna get the Uber exchange out of the way, and now they're gonna take the fight. But actually, they're bleeding players so hard, including their demo man. Condog, where are you going, mate? That's the wrong way. Dies on the opposite side of the map.
I think you're a little bit confused there, and they're just lost in the sauce. And now, without the medics, only 4 players now up for the side of blue. They do have that sentry gun, which is decently well positioned. I'm not sure if it's not going to spook them. And now they have free reign and just walk on the second point. Uber charges in their favor as well. And once again, you know, Garda is trying, and I will give them that absolutely, but it is looking quite grim for them. They need to figure something out here, some kind of strategy against this, because Anticide are just, they're just looking so strong right now.
Can't say they're not being weird and trying stuff, that's for sure. So far, it is just not quite working out for them. Maybe they need to slow down even further. Like banners as well. Okay, here comes Uber in on the right side. Nothing to find there really. They're gonna try to take down the sentry gun. It is gonna eventually go down. No point pressure so far. This is a 5-on-5 fight. Look at that. Menix all of a sudden just removes 2 players. Gonna get a third as well. And I think, yeah, it's just gonna be Pandemic, but he does have the medic on him. The beam is strong. Takes down the demo man. Josh in the speed jump. Oh, misses the speed jump. Oh, can't get there in time. Clutching it out of Pandemic. There we go.
It's just that is hard to watch, Peter. I mean, that's hard to watch. All my heart is with Garda right now. I mean, this is like looking up at a Goliath of a team, and it's just like I've been in these situations before. I'm sure that you've been as well.
Look at the line. There's a pyro, there's a sniper, and there's a heavy going to mid from Garda Panteri.
They're going Highlander up in this.
Yeah, just full pro lander. Let's see what happens here.
We'll see if Gazzy does some magic here with the pyro, as he's kind of leading the charge, taking a bunch of damage for his trouble, but he's being healed by Condog. He's not too scared, and Anticide just kind of like, okay, well, we're just gonna put some bullets in the pyro now. Josh all the way by himself on the side, but he's doing a lot of damage. Theo's on low HP. He's gonna get killed here by Blood, and the bot is still on the prowl. There's only 2 players up. That's 2 scouts that are just lost in the enemy team, but Condog, he's in the bad spot. He needs to get back to the heavy. Where are you? We need to help him out. And now Pandemic is just trying to dodge and weave behind this little box. He's gonna get gunned down with the help of Chris. And finally, Garda actually do win that middle.
Yeah, that was a super weird. Condog almost threw it there. I think he just tried to bait the lead. Medix is behind line, being annoying. Gonna try to fight Gazzy here. You know, yeah, just takes him out. Doesn't even take any damage. So Medix is gonna be a menace behind lines. And they're just gonna go forward anyway. Who cares if they're behind line? But oh no, the perfect heavy counter comes out, and it's just gonna be an Uber all alone here for this one soldier. Nice little rocket there out of Shappy. They have shuffled their classes around, by the way. Josh is on Demo Man, Shappy is on Soldier, Condog is on full aggro medic as well.
Oh, he still survives, but no. Almost surviving this one, but it's, you know, those players are at the top of their skill level. They're not going to let one medic run away free, especially on their side. So now we're seeing blank on the sniper. I think they just want to counter whatever Garda is throwing at them a little bit better with the pro lander lineup, and holding quite aggressive. I mean, they have a mini sentry gun running as well. Bud is hiding in the corner. Chris on top. He's seeing blank 1-2 shots. That's easy for a scout. And now they're having a bit of a trouble there by cleaning up the scouts as well. Both Pandemic and Menix going down. That's only 3 players up for the side of red. They have to pop. They're getting spammed out by Shappy. And they should use this
Gas is
advantage that
about
they
to
just
come in
created
from
themselves.
behind them. With the NG flank, oh, the Uber lasts just a little bit too long there. That's a shame. I like the play. This is so chaotic.
It
Honestly,
is.
it's probably the best they can do. Just make it weird and chaotic. Heavy takes down the soldier. Just barely, but he's getting beamed. Products on crits, by the way, as well. So we might see some laser beams coming out of Bud's Heavy.
And that could work out for them as well, because well, Theos doesn't have his Uber charge ready yet, so I think they know about this, or at least they know that they cannot fight without an Uber charge of their own. So they're holding quite defensively. I mean, they're probably a little bit stunned by what's happening on the other side. It is working in Garda's favor. We still have a lot of time in this round, but Crit's coming out. Josh is coming in, but he's getting set sky high into the air. Not really getting anything done with that crit streak. And now that it's over and Theo's safe and sound, it seems that the red team is going to have the Uber charge quite quickly, but we have to remember that Crit's builds real fast. No, Bud is quite aggressive. They do take down Ryan. That's quite an important pick here. Still holding on top of that spot. They're just taking it slow, methodical. They have so many slow classes, they can kind of take it that way. Oh, but they lose Gazi there.
They flank Cutie though. Shabby with the huge bomb in there, just jumps all the way around. Ends up with a flank. Bud is playing roaming heavy right now. Oh, he gets blindsided by a scout there. Manix is just hitting the meat, doing so much damage as well. I think he's just about to plus forward everyone. It's just going to be Josh with a solo Uber against the world right now.
They're trying to save it, but Kritsuke coming out after all. Leader here looking for some damage, but the counter pop is done here. Now Kondong's running away, losing Josh in exchange here. Now Gazi's back online, so he's going to push away that Uber charge entirely. Looking for a Pandemic kill there, but oh, he's going to get caught off guard, and Reflect killed Ryan, going down himself as well. Kondong all by himself. He's trying to dodge, weave, dodge, kills Blank, but Pandemic's there to finish the job. And almost everyone except for Bud are down for the count entirely. They might need to look at last point defense once again, and they are against the wall right now, Peter.
Yeah, the roaming heavy did not do much there. Meanwhile, Pandemic captures out the point. Theos is alive a little bit earlier. Has he gone for something weird? No. Gassy is on medic now. This is just full confusion tactics. They've just shuffled their classes around so much that nobody ever knows who's dead. Alright, that's just the perfect strat there. As yeah, Kondog's now on Sniper, Bud's on Heavy, Josh is on Demo Man, Kondog's on Sniper, yeah, Shappy on Soldier, Chris is still on Scout. Alright, so that's normal.
It's like the equivalent of having like a goalkeeper play a striker going back to the goalkeep, you know, like it just, it makes no sense whatsoever, but you know, maybe there's some sense in this insanity. But in the upper lobby here, trying to put some defensive action going on, getting absolutely healed, spam botted by the medic here, who now is Gazi. Keeping alive the Heavy is quite important. You gotta make sure that he's alive, but now it looks like the red team here, Anticide, just seeing what's happening. They just want to bypass the Heavy and go in. They do take down Josh, but not without losing Blank here in the equation. Uber's coming out, and Bud is the one dying. They had to use Uber charge, though. Gaz is gonna have the advantage.
Yeah, he's on 80%, but obviously that doesn't matter until you actually hit the 100% mark. Hugh's gonna win the fight against Shappy. The flank comes in. Gazi gets the saw, but it is too late. Pandemic's just going to stand on the point, capture it out, 5-0. It took almost 20 minutes this time around, so 2 quick maps, 15 and 20 minutes in total, and both were pretty damn dominant from Anticide. Oh yeah, they are looking mighty strong. So what I said earlier about them looking like they're the main contender for 4th place is absolutely true so far.
Would you even say that they're going up to a podium spot?
Yeah, they could absolutely do that. I could see them take offense on Mandem for sure. And hey, it's not like Witness Gaming have been absolutely supreme either to start the season. All right, so it's probably closer than we think.
Wow, I mean, what a game! I did not expect going into this game is going to look like this. I thought it would be a lot closer somehow. But Anticide pulling away from Garda quite convincingly, getting themselves full 6 points. is just going to be that much more difficult for Garda to even catch up to the rest of the peloton up top. But the season is definitely far from over. We could still see a lot of weird things happen, and maybe this game is just one of those things that Garda has to drink and forget about. Since it wasn't very pretty, I have to say. They did try their best. They did try to give us like a really good show, and I really enjoy casting this game with you, Peter. But ANTICIDE, I mean, no contest here. But I don't think we're either of us are
Yeah,
really
it looks like
surprised.
it was a different level, right?
Yeah.
Just absolutely. They were just a better team. I'm just going to look at some logs real quick. Yeah, Theos actually died 6 times. So, hey, they did that. All right. They got Theos to die a bunch of times. I think that's a positive outcome there, right? But yeah, I think map 1 was all about the soldiers and how good they were and how clutch they kept coming in. Playing around. They played well on map 2 as well, but it was just all about Medic and Pandemic. Just cleaning up, being clutch. Yeah, Medics went 27-8. Pandemic went 21-7. Pandemic had 360 DPM. It was just monstrous stuff, and they just kept winning those fights at the very end, right? Where they just had a single beam scout, just barely eking it out, or if their medic was dead, they just had slightly more players, and they were able to win it out in the end anyway. So, yeah, very very tough there. Focus fire for sure, really strong, and we got to see some weird strats out of Garda when they had their backs against the wall.
Yeah, usually you don't see those happen in Prem, but I'm glad that Garda didn't lose their charm. They didn't just throw the game. They decided, let's just try something crazy, and they fought until the very end, which I can definitely commend them for. But this is it. It's been a quick one for us. So thanks for everyone who's tuned in this evening on a Sunday to watch this game. There are more games coming up. The next one is going to be on Tuesday, 11th of February. It's going to be Mandem versus Witness Gaming, the top of the charts, so to say. So it's definitely going to be one of the games of all time. And you can tune in here on Essentials TF Twitch to check it out and see how this one pans out. Who will stay at the top? Maybe we'll see an upset. Who knows? But my name has been Jake. Been casting together with Peter and with Stu on production. Thank you so much, and see you guys next time.
Good night.